Hey guys, welcome to my first FIFA 19 video here on the Chesnoy Gaming channel. This one's brought to you, of course, by the EA Game Changers program. EA were very kindly able to fly myself and a number of other YouTubers out to Gamescom in Cologne, Germany last week to record some footage early for you guys here. We will be having a capture event in a couple of weeks' time as well, and when I find out embargo details for that, I will let you know. As of yet, I don't know when I'm going to be able to record some more content, but I've got some Journey for you today. And over the next couple of days, we'll have some more full gameplays from the Champions League and some Premier League games. And I believe I got a La Liga game in there as well. So some full gameplays on the way. If there's anything you'd like to know about FIFA 19, then let me know in the comment section down below, and I can do a general gameplay commentary over the next few days with some of the full gameplay footage in the background, so I can do kind of a mini Q&A if there's anything you want to know. Obviously, at this stage, I can't see anything about career mode. We haven't played career mode yet. This was just simply a kickoff and journey demo style of build that we got at Gamescom. The new kickoff modes were all in there though, with regards the house rules, so survival, no rules, headers and volleys, etc. So if there's anything you'd like to know about those specific modes or the gameplay itself, then I shall of course be able to bring that to you via a Q&A over the next few days. So do let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything you'd like to know. If there's anything outside of that I can tell you, then I will, but of course a lot of stuff is NDA'd, so I can't divulge you in too many details at this particular moment in time. But let's have a quick look at the journey then. Feel free to drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content here coming on the Chesnoy Gaming channel with regards to FIFA 19 over the coming weeks and months. And one of the most exciting things that's going to be coming with regards to the journey is the fact that you can now select up to 3 characters. Of course, we have had Danny Williams in the series since FIFA 17, with the introduction of the Journey Season 1. We've had the Journey Season 2. I'll throw subtitles on here in the background just to ensure that you can fully understand what's going on. Of course, there's the Champions League draw going on in the background right now, obviously with the introduction of Champions League licensing this year. That will be heavily integrated into the Journey. In Season 2 of the Journey on FIFA 18, we met Alex's estranged sister, and you'll be able to play as her throughout the journey on FIFA 19 as well. There are 3 separate storylines to follow with each character, and of course throughout the course of FIFA 19's life cycle we will be doing all 3 of those here on the channel. We'll start with Alex Hunter when launch arrives, and of course if you'd like to see the Danny Williams one as well, then I shall do that. If you'd like to see Alex's sister's one, then I will do that as well. But as you can see in the background, they're just getting the Champions League draw out of the way. This is building up to the first Champions League group stage game. This was the group draw at this particular moment in time. Alex Hunter now a Real Madrid player, and Danny Williams at Manchester United. Now obviously, as you can see in the background, other background characters are also involved. Alex discussing with one of his agents here about his mother's design company. Of course, as is the case with all modern football now, big players have a lot of commercial endeavours to partake upon, and he needs a logo, and his mum, he feels, is the perfect person to be creating his own personal logo for his commercial experiences. But obviously his agent disagrees. Perhaps somebody more versed in... Nope, Alex Hunter is absolutely dead set on using his mum. We'll have to wait and see how that develops throughout the Journey Season 3, whether there'll be some friction there created between Alex and his agents, or perhaps even the other way around. He wants to use his mum, gets her involved, and then subsequently the agents put the foot down and Alex isn't able to use his mother. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. You can see, though, walking into the Real Madrid dressing room here, the new kits in the background as well. Obviously, he will be without Cristiano Ronaldo at Real Madrid this year, having moved on to Juventus. I'm going to be doing a brief career mode at the capture event with Manchester City, but I was contemplating doing one with Juventus because of course that's where Cristiano Ronaldo was headed, but I believe a couple of other people are planning on doing Juventus at the capture event, so I'll stick with Manchester City for now, but I shall give you more details on that in the question and answer video if that's something you might like to know about. But as we push further forward, there's going to be a couple of extra little skill games I think involved in the journey this year, and perhaps trying to build a bit more of rapport with yourself and your teammates. As you can see here, the coach is pulling Alex Hunter around the corner to the backhand side of the dressing room, where he's going to do a little skill game with Toni Kroos and Gareth Bale, Casemiro, Marcelo, and Luka Modric. You'll see in a moment. I'm sure you've seen it on a couple of other people's channels as well. It's just a little keep ball thing. Is it called Rondo? I believe it's called Rondo. I might be mistaken. Feel free to correct me in the comment section if I am. As I first headed into this, the controller we were using actually defaulted to using the D-pad to control your player to move left and right. So it took me half a second there to actually realise what the hell was going on with the controller. That's why initially I didn't particularly start very well with this training campaign. But as you can see in the background, we're actually doing all right. It's just something to get you integrated into the squad. There's not really too much to it at this particular moment in time. Whether there'll be further situations like this in the journey on full release, I'm not sure. It might have genuinely just been a demo experience at this stage, but Alex Hunter obviously has played with my particular playthroughs on the journey with FIFA 17 and 18. He's played at Chelsea, he's played at Newcastle on loan, and we've also played at Bayern Munich. And now we'll be tackling the task of playing at Real Madrid. Now, I'm not sure what will be going on with regards to licensing on YouTube with the Champions League. I'm going to leave as much as the Champions League stuff in as I can. I may have to cut chunks out and or accelerate certain parts throughout this early FIFA 19 footage because of copyright infringement, basically. Obviously, the Champions League licensing is in the game, but UEFA have been known to strike YouTube content with the other football game that previously had the Champions League licensing. So I'm not sure if we might get struck with copyright strikes. If we do, then I shall just try and do what I can to avoid that. Hopefully it will get rectified. I believe, was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year, wasn't it? When we first got actually it might have been the year before actually, when we first got the Premier League licensing package, and the players were doing the whole walk up to the screen thing. It would have been this year, actually, wasn't it, when they introduced the whole players walking into the screen thing, like the Sky Sports little mini cutscene thing in the pre-game graphics. That actually initially was getting struck on YouTube by the Premier League, but they were able to sort that out 3 or 4 weeks into launch, and copyright strikes stopped coming through. Now, hopefully, that will be the case this year as well. And if it is an issue to start off with the Champions League licensing, then hopefully it will get rectified. Fingers crossed, it won't be an issue whatsoever. We will wait and see. This is the first video I'm putting out, and as of yet, I haven't uploaded anything, so I don't know whether I'm going to get struck with copyright issues or not, but we shall find out in due course. Now, this particular demo was obviously Manchester United versus Real Madrid in the Champions League group stage game. We came on around about the hour mark to try and have an impact that would me to get an assist, have a high quality performance with regards to my match rating, and be able to pick up the match victory as well. I'm not sure what the half length was set to. The clock doesn't appear to be ticking down very much at all, but as you can see, the gameplay was very smooth on this demo build. I have to be honest, it's the latest build that I've played. I've had the luxury of being able to go to a couple of feedback events now where we've played previous and earlier builds of the game, and this is most certainly the smoothest and the most advanced build of the game that we've played so far. I think you'll probably get the general consensus from everybody that played the build at Gamescom that this is. I know people say this every year, and it is of course subject to change with patches after release, gameplay patches after release, and obviously it's different when you're playing on the same console as opposed to playing online, but the gameplay is genuinely better this year than it was. Well, it couldn't really have been worse than it was last year. It's infinitely better than it was last year, and genuinely, with the new first touches, specifically the new flicks and tricks you can do with the stick, and the introduction of the croqueta, Iniesta's kind of lane change skill move, and just little tweaks, extra little animations they've got in the game as well, and specifically the 50-50 tackle system, that has completely altered the way that the game plays from my point of view with regards to my play style. And the general consensus is that this is the most fun FIFA that we've seen for a very long time. There has been a lot of situations recently and a lot of feedback over the past couple of years that people feel it's got a little bit too clinical. They've kind of taken the fun out of FIFA, and it's been very heavily orientated towards the pro scene and making sure that the pros are happy. This year, the casuals will be much relieved to know that the gameplay is actually so much fun. We were scoring incredible goals. There are a lot of beautiful goals being scored in exhibition matches being played between two people. Obviously, I'm playing against the AI here, and I don't believe I was able to change the difficulty, so I'm not sure what difficulty setting I'm playing on at this particular moment in time. I was able to win myself a penalty there, though, with Gareth Bale cutting inside Ashley Young. Most certainly a penalty and something to be taken from the spot kick, but turning his side, chopped, and down he goes. Actually, spoilers, I think I start FIFA 19 off the same way that I spent the majority of FIFA 18, that being missing a penalty. But fingers crossed, it's not a it's not going to be a trend that continues. I tried to dupe the keeper because obviously, as was the case last year, I don't know whether they'll patch this, but when specifically being controlled by a human, you can see the penalty taker look either left or right, depending on what the user is doing with their left stick. If you aim left, your player that's taking the penalty will tend to look left. So when playing online, it's good to try and dupe your opponent by looking left and then looking right and letting them not really figure out which way you're going to go. I tried to do that against the AI and then go down the middle, and the AI was just like, I kind of know what you're doing. I'm going to stop you. And De Gea just stood there and saved the penalty, which was frustrating. But they wanted me to get an assist, obviously, with regards to the expectations in this particular match. And towards the end of the game, we were actually able to pick up that assist. Now, I will be doing the journey from launch. I'm going to try and get my hands on the game as early as possible. Obviously, we will all have the opportunity to get our hands on the game with regards EA Early Access on Xbox 5 days early. I'm not sure if there's an early access opportunity on PlayStation. I believe, and don't quote me on this, I believe I've seen on Twitter that there is 3 days early access if you pre-order the Champions Edition on PlayStation, but I haven't backed that up by doing some research and confirming that, so do your own research with regards that particular thing. I'm hoping that through the EA Game Changers program, those of us that are involved in that program will perhaps get the chance to get a full version of the game slightly early, so we can get content out to you earlier. Obviously, with early access on Xbox, you only get 10 hours worth of gameplay, and while trying to record multiple series, that's going to be pretty difficult, but I'm going to try and get as much done at the capture event as I possibly can. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a one-season showdown with Manchester City. I did one with Manchester United last year that went down very well. My first series on full release will be with Tottenham Hotspur. Well, I'm hoping it will be at their new ground. It's been confirmed that it's going to be in the game, but hasn't yet been confirmed that it will be in the game at launch, at least as far as I'm aware. Obviously, Tottenham have delayed the use of their new grounds in real life for a couple of months because of security issues. And they have been playing at Wembley recently. In the background there, you can see that I was able to actually pick up the assist. Marco Asensio drilling the ball low into the bottom corner. There have been some button changes. There was some kerfuffle on Twitter the other day with a couple of pro players and myself on. It was no beef or anything. It's literally just a discussion about the game. But we had some heated discussion about the changes made to the controls and the introduction of the time shot system, etc., and the change of the button combination for the low-driven shot. So that will take a little bit of getting used to, although you are able to turn the timed shooting function off if you wish. But I don't believe you can alter the button combination back to what it was for the time shot. If you want to know more about that, then do let me know in the comment section. Again, I'll do a Q&A style video, but we were able to get the assist and get the victory. I wasn't quite able to get the overall rating here with the 8.5 in the game itself. We were able to get an 8, and then obviously, as we were able to see last year in the journey, they introduced the opportunity to respond to what's the word I'm looking for? Interviews. There we go. Well done, brain. We're able to introduce the opportunity to respond to interviews, etc. And Alex Hunter gets the opportunity to do so. Just his first taste of Champions League action. We're able to get an assist and a 1-0 win against Manchester United. I'm not sure if this is the way that things will play out in full release, whether this is genuinely just a demo thing, or whether this is a genuine excerpt from the game itself. We will have to wait and see. But I've got some full gameplay on the way over the next couple of days. Like I say, if there's anything else you'd like to see from what I recorded, then do let me know. As I mentioned, it's purely just full gameplay of kickoff modes at this stage, because it's Gamescom. Last year we didn't have the opportunity really to record much from Gamescom at all, and we'll be able to record as much as we possibly can from the full game at the Capture event in a couple of weeks. And like I say, as soon as I know the embargo for that, you guys will know the embargo for that as well, and I can let you know on social media exactly when videos will start to come. So follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, links are in the description down below. Follow me on Facebook as well to ensure you stay up to date with everything that goes on. Of course, I'll have some more gameplay for you over the next few days, but for this one, for Sunday, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to FIFA 19 as much as I am, and I'll see you next time.